Hi there, welcome to my first episode of my podcast, which is dedicated to help you build our confidence in English. Here I'll be sharing with you the steps that I took in order to reach my fluency in English. My name is Barb, I'm an English coach and teacher. I've been helping my students with their fluency and confidence in English for years, and I have decided to create this series of episodes which can help you build up your confidence in English. So today's episode is dedicated to build up a foundation. Why it's so important to create the habit of speaking on a daily basis. You might be wondering, Barb, what's a foundation? So imagine that you are building up your own house. The first thing that you have to start with is a foundation. Well, the same happens when you're learning a language. You need to have a very solid and strong foundation that you can rely on. Because if you start building your house, let's say with the walls or with the roof, or you start decorating this without having a solid foundation, well, chances are that eventually your house will come down. Well, the same happens when you're learning English. You need to have a strong foundation of vocabulary and grammar so you can feel comfortable speaking with that. This is something that we aren't used to because we come from this educational system where English was taught by units. We're taught unit 1, then unit 2, unit 3, unit 4, and so on. First having a strong knowledge of the things that you learned before. So just flooding your mind with more vocabulary and more grammar without first mastering a set of words of grammar rules that you feel comfortable with, chances are that you will feel overwhelmed and still you won't be able to transmit your message in the best way possible. Which takes me to the second part of this foundation, which is reviewing. Learning how to communicate in a language is about creating the habits. Instead of flooding your mind with new words and grammar, review and consolidate the grammar and words that you already know. Get used to speaking with the English that you already know so that eventually you can start expanding that knowledge. And this takes me to the third step of this foundation. Once you have this knowledge and start getting used to it, you have to put it into practice. You have to put in the reps and create a habit of consistently speaking in English. This is something that my students get to do within my classes. They have the opportunity to speak, to review, and they get feedback on the things they said, so eventually they can get better at English. Learning a language is like going to the gym. You have to build up that muscle. You have to create the habit of speaking. You have to prioritize your learning. You will make mistakes because the more you speak, the more feedback you receive on the things you've said, the better your confidence will be, and eventually you will start to see progress on your English fluency. You'll see that you won't overthink the word that you want to say, you won't hesitate, you won't mumble, and words will come easily to you. But that's because you have created the habit. That's because you're building that foundation. Barb, how do I create this foundation? It's about consistency. And what I mean with consistency is not grabbing your grammar book and studying for 1 hour, 2 hours, boring grammar rules without putting those things into practice. I want to make it time for an English, let's say 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes every day, so you get used to the habit. And I understand that all of us have busy lives, that all of us don't have enough time to work on our English, but if you prioritize your English, if you take, let's say, 10 minutes of your daily life to work on your English, by the end of the week, you will have worked on your English for 1 hour. So every little thing that you do adds. Every little step you take towards your goal of speaking English fluently adds up. So remember these 3 stages: consolidating the knowledge, getting used to with the words that you already know, and the third one, practice with those words. If you have enjoyed this video here, if you want to know more, subscribe to my YouTube channel and you'll be notified of my upcoming videos. Bye bye.